right either.
Now, you must have had a lot of fun with this character, Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about him?
Like I'm going to tell you if I didn't. It was horrible. I hated it. I don't even want to be here right now. No.
I think you probably would tell me if you hated it.
Yeah, I would. I would, actually. It was such a great experience. I mean, it was creative. Everybody was so out of their minds. Miami, we were out, it was just a bunch of people stuck in Miami going insane, basically. South Beach, let's go! You know, that kind of thing. And it was really extremely creative. It was great.
In the movie, you are always surrounded by a lot of animals. There were, what, 25 different types of animals? Are you a pet lover in real life, or?
I seem to collect pets, yeah. I don't know. I always start out, I say, okay, this is, you know, this is it. I'm scaling down. I'm going to have very simple kind of thing. I end up like with South American tree frogs, you know, iguanas, all kinds of bizarre things. I have so many things.
All the stray exotic animals?
Yeah, all the stray iguanas, you know. They're all over the place singing on the fence at night.
I'm ready to go in, Coach. Just give me a chance. I know there's a lot riding on it, but it's all psychological. Just got to stay in a positive frame of mind. I'm going to execute a button-hook pattern super slow-mo.
I know that you co-wrote the film. I mean, is Ventura a character that you wrote?
Ace Ventura, the pet detective concept existed, but the character didn't exist. I mean, as far as, you know, the way I played him. It's basically, you know, it's me on stage, basically. And when I sat down with Tom at the beginning of the film, Tom Shadyac, he said, you know, nobody's ever really given you something and said, you know, be what you are on stage, you know, and so this was the first time I sat back and I said, okay, Tom, but, you know, it's going to get crazy, you know, it's going to get really nuts. And so we literally would call each other every night after filming and go, what are we doing? This is insane, you know, but we just took the chance. We went over the top and just never looked back.
You're best known for the television skits that you do in living color. And are you going to be moving more towards film, or do you like television? Is it the stage performance that you like?
I like having everything, you know. It's hard to keep everything going at once, but I like, there's something about each one that's special, you know. I love the stand-up. I love live performance. You walk out on stage, people go, yeah, and your hair stands up, woo! You know, that's a blast. But I like, just for different reasons, different things. Movies you get so spoiled when you do a movie. I mean, after you've done a film, you just come back and you never want to do anything else, you know. But then when you do something else, you go, oh, this is why I do this. Okay.
Well, what is it about the films that you like?
I think it's the bikini waxing, constant grooming that I go through. No, I don't know. It's just it's 15 hours a day. It's so intense, but you're with a bunch of people who, it's like a sorority, you know, for a little while, for a brief time, and then you blow them all off and you never talk to them again. But, you know, while you're there, you know, you have a really good time.
I'm curious to know how you ever came to realize that your face can contort the way that it does. Do you have to exercise it before a performance, or what?
I have to have it massaged constantly on the set. We take like half-hour breaks and people just go pound me.
Well, I mean, really,
Back into shape.
Do you look at yourself in the mirror before to discover your characters and the way that the faces are made, or?
No, I'm just a spaz. That's it. That's my secret, folks. You know, I sent when I was growing up, I sent a letter into a computer company that they did all kinds of research as far as like what you would need to do if you want to pursue a certain profession, and so I sent in for comedian, and all it said was like pages and pages of just things like make faces, make them laugh, you know, things like that. And, you know, here I am doing exactly that. I didn't know that that was special until I kind of came down to L.A. and realized that nobody was doing that, you know, kind of, I guess, animated thing. A lot of my friends are excited about this, the next couple of films, because they say, well, you did it. You became a cartoon, you know.
What were you like as a kid?
Once I learned to control my anger, I was just, I used to put on shows. I used to, you know, I was a spaz. I was completely out of control, you know, but I never, I wasn't mean about it. I just, you know, I don't take a whole lot really seriously, except business. But don't screw with me, baby. No, you know, I mean, as far as life goes, I don't know whether I just don't care or if I'm above it all. No, I don't know, but it just, things that people seem to run around and get upset about, I guess I look at it in a different way. You know, like the riots. During the riots, I was thinking of material. That's what I do. You know, other people were digging bomb shelters and things like that. I was thinking, what's the concept? How do I put it in? You know, I'm just thinking of how to do it.
And the earthquake, I guess it was the same thing with the earthquake.
Same thing, exactly the same thing. After I cleaned up, you know, the floor, I was just basically sitting there going, all right, I guess I'm gonna have to deal with this now, aren't I? Okay, what's funny about an earthquake?
When people see you on the street, what's the impersonation that they ask you to do?
Well, now, you know, it used to be, it's always been Fire Marshal Bill, you know, kids, I mean, you know, women come up with baby carriages and look when I pull his lip back, you know, like that, you know, with the babies and things. It's very bizarre, and I worry about the youth.
Jim, tell me about Stanley. Are you more like him, or are you more like the mask?
I think I'm both. You know, I'm just both. I have a, you know, I can turn that on it, you know, when I want to. I can, you know, go into a room and kind of kick its butt. But, you know, Stanley, you know, is a part of myself that kind of just lets things go and says, well, you know, he kind of, you know, stabbed me in the back, but, you know, I can deal with it, you know. So he's a lot of my father, too. You know, my father's just the sweetest guy in the world. And it's the kind of guy that, you know, you meet and you think you've known him for 50 years, you know. So Stanley is a lot of him.
You got me, partner. Hold me closer, Ed. Tell Annie M to let her yell her out.
Why is his face green? I mean, Kermit's green. The Ninja Turtles are green. Why? Is that why you picked green for the mask?
Well, they told me to. How's that? They said, you're going to be green whether you like it or not. And I said, okay.
Can you do something the mask would do for me? Can you say something he'd say?
You know, he's just an energy. You know, the mask is the kind of guy that just wants to turn the world on fire, you know, and wherever he steps is, you know, there's like lightning bolts coming out of his feet. I mean, he just knows he's going to just whack the room, you know.
Do you ever feel embarrassed or silly?
Of course, constantly. I'm in a constant state of embarrassment, as well as everyone around me.
What drives you? How are you able to be so goofy and get away with it?
I'm lucky, you know. I sometimes when I'm on stage and I look out at the audience and I actually say, like, what do you guys do? I have this, you know. I can come up here and go, you know, and scream at the ceiling, but, you know, how do you guys get rid of it? You know? And the entire audience at once goes, through you! No.
What were you like in school?
I was crazed. I was nuts. I was the kind of kid that, like, I was very good in school, and I finished my work first, and then just, like, pick a target to annoy. You know, I had this really cool teacher in the 7th grade that finally, Mrs. Gervais, who finally kind of harnessed it. She said, you know, I'll give you 15 minutes at the end of the class if you just, you know, cool it during the day. And so, you know, when I got spare time, I'd sit there and, you know, figure out who I'm going to imitate or who, you know, what I'm going to do at the end of class. And so I'd be up there imitating dinosaurs and doing impressions of the principal who used to, like, you know, walk into the boys' washroom and watch us change, you know, during gym class.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was like...
I think that's against the law.
No, looking's okay.
Are you overwhelmed by all this? I mean, you started out with $350,000
Completely.
on AAC, and
I've
now
lost
you're,
it.
you're Mr.
It's time to
Mr.
go.
Rich. What?
No.
How's it affecting you?
I don't know. It's been such a long road. I mean, I've been working professionally since I was 17, and you know, I've had a lot of ups and downs and a lot of, you know, tastes, and it's been a gradual build, you know, so it's not overwhelming to me. It doesn't feel overwhelming. I'm doing the things I love to do, and I'm getting the opportunities to work with the best people to do it, you know, and it's a dream come true.
You know, your performance was just out of this world.
Oh, thanks.
Does it tick you off at all that they don't award Oscars for that kind of performance?
Well, you know, I'm going to have to write a song or something, win an Oscar that way. I'll just go up there and go, us comedians got to get it however we can. You know, it is pretty ridiculous that they don't have a comedy award in the Oscars for best comedy, you know. And I plan to do a 15-minute speech on it when I get a chance to.
Still to come, Jim Carrey proves that being brain dead can be good for business in Dumb and Dumber when the movie show continues.
In our special report on Jim Carrey. After The Mask, Jim's six-figure film salary went through the roof. The comedian turned actor, who was reportedly paid $350,000 for Ace Ventura and $450,000 for The Mask, signed on to star in Dumb and Dumber for $7 million. Carrey was finally laughing himself all the way to the bank.
Hey. Don't anybody touch me. Don't touch me. My hair is perfect.
Jim, you've got a new movie out, Dumb and Dumber.
I dropped something.
A lot of people would shy away from a movie with this title. What attracted you to it?
Cash. Big wads of cash. Payola. Moolah. No, I just thought it was outrageous. You know, I just think, you know, there's not too often the script comes along that's just, you know, when you look at it, you get frightened, and you know, that kind of reaction, you know, you get, it makes you laugh, and it scares you because you're laughing. You know what I mean? And I think it's either it's going to really work well, or it's going to totally, you know, turn people off, and that's where I want to be. So. That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
Austria.
Austria? Well then, good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
So you read the script and you've got to be the dumbest guy on this earth. How do you prepare for that?
I watch PBS. A lot of public television, and no, I don't know. I go blank or something, you know. It's a kind of a weird feeling, like your cat when he's watching a little bug go across the floor or something like that. It's just a, you know, a brainless kind of vacant feeling that just nothing matters but that little thing. What do you think the chances are of a guy like you and a girl like me ending up together? What are my chances?
Not good.
You mean not good like 1 out of 100?
I'd say more like 1 out of 1 million.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
How much of what we see on screen is scripted, and how much do you just kind of integrate into it as you go along?
I created it all, spontaneously in front of the camera. I do all my own stunts.
Do you like to add your own stuff, though? Because isn't that the best when you have spontaneous things happening?
Often. A lot of the things that really, you know, really pop out are the things that, we come up with at the last second, where we just go, oh, you get into the physical situation of a scene, and so many times the scene changes. I mean, it has to. It's like an organism. You try to fit a square block into a round peg, and if you don't adjust, it looks weird. The audience might not know why, but it just doesn't feel comfortable. If you don't change or revolve or undulate or morph or what's the word?
You're known for being funny on screen, and you are very funny on screen. What's the real Jim Carrey like?
I carry a gun, and I don't take any crap from anybody. No, it's the same guy, basically. It's just, it's not going to be that, like, all the time, but obviously I have to sleep.
Do you get tired of it, though? I mean, if you go to a party, does everyone expect you to be the most outrageous person in the room?
I never feel any pressure to be funny. I really don't. If I want to go out and be absolutely, like, sulk and, just stick my head in my salad, I'll just do it. And I don't care. Because I'm not here to heal you. Do you understand?
Your career has changed so much in the past year. I mean, a year ago you were doing very well, but now you are a comedy phenomenon in movies. How has that...
I love that word, phenomena.
How has that changed? How has that changed your life?
Just say it again.
No.
Phenomena.
No, you're doing it so well. I don't want to try.
It's so fun to just go out with it, though. Just like, not just phenomenon, which is how everybody says it, but phenomena. Phenomena.
So how has this whole phenomena thing changed your life?
I just constantly feel like I'm in the sights of some big rifle. No, I don't know. It's just, it's definitely, everybody knows me now, It's, I got what I wanted, and now I have to live with it.
And is this a good thing that you got what you wanted?
Most of the time it is. Most of the time it is. When I'm at the urinal scratching, it is annoying.
Now, we've all seen a few headlines about you in the tabs. What's the most outrageous thing you've read about yourself in the tabloids?
Oh, it's a constant stream. It's a constant stream. I'm a cocaine fiend. It's hilarious. And what's the other thing? It's just like every day there's something outrageous. And my ego is out of control was one thing, and that they showed, they show clips from, like, scenes you've done that, like, would look like that, but it's like a scene. It's a character, So, they can create whatever illusion they want to create. So, I mean, that kind of stuff, you just have to... You wish sometimes that when they're waiting outside your home with the cameras and stuff like that, you could just roll down the window and go, "Come here for a second. Why don't you choose something positive for yourself?" Because it's like that syndrome. Well, somebody's got to do it, like that. And I'm sure Hitler said that, But it's like, I don't know. I just feel sorry for them sometimes. It just seems like a weird way to make a living.